dreaming of a new Goolrick's, just like the one I used to know. Welcome to downtown Fredericksburg. It's Christmas time, but the work's still going on down here at Goolrick's to put this gym back together. As you can see, the first floor is now gone, and we're going to go downstairs and take a look at some of the details we're going to perform in order to put it back together. Well, here we are back down in the basement of Goolrick's for what's an exciting time as we start to put this building back together. Behind me is an example of a wall that's been restored to its structural integrity with the traditional means of construction by the experts at Habitus Construction. Over the course of decades, we've got several examples of masonry and with that, several types of brick that are down here. What I have in my hands are two of those examples. In my right hand is what we're more familiar with today in the modern day brick, made for mass production in molds and has some very sharp lines and exacting measurements. Here in my left hand is an example of a hand-formed brick, which is a more traditional old style that would have been formed and laid out in the sun to dry a little bit before it was kiln baked. And an example of the drying in the sun we have here is the friendly paw print of an animal that left its mark, so to speak, on this brick. And then we also have evidence of some discoloration that we find when we kiln bake these bricks, and the closer you get to that fire, the more discoloration we have. And over here we have James and Chris from Habitus Construction. Again, experts in restoration and preservation, and what they've got here is an example of putting back together those bricks. Chris, if we can interrupt you for a second, could you tell us a little bit of what's going on with this wall? It looks like you've taken some bricks down and you're obviously putting them back up, but why are we taking them down, and how are you putting them back up?
So these bricks were spalled for various reasons. Structurally, they need to be replaced. So we took down the first width of brick, leaving the header courses, which are the ties to the 3-width thick wall. We didn't want to go any further because we don't want to dig into the outside, so we had to stop there. A lot of these ties did break, which is why we're opening them up occasionally to put new brick back in there, so when we rebuild the wall with better brick. Older brick still, reclaimed brick from this site. Everything will be tied in and secure for another 100 years. All right. You mentioned spalling. Could you describe spalling for us and what the issue is with that? Spalling is something like this, where the brick is worn down due to moisture. A lot of times you get cement mortars that force the water through the brick. The lime mortar will be the sacrificial layer, not the brick. This, though, it's all lime mortar, but various reasons, possibly the street, now that we're below grade, moisture coming through here caused the brick to deteriorate. These are softer brick than modern, right. So they're going to not handle those elements as well, but at the same time, this building's still standing strong. So. All right, so we're eliminating some of these bricks that don't have the integrity that they used to have. Yes. They've spalled, they've broken apart, but now we're going to go back in and put them install them back onto the wall, and it looks like we're using traditional means to do that. Yeah, it's just lime mortar, exactly kind of what they would be using. This is a natural hydraulic lime. They would have used various other materials that are local, easy to get, but yeah, very similar. Allows the water to escape, allows the whole wall to breathe, and that's what historic masonry likes. It likes to bring in the water and then let it escape, and the lime mortar allows that. You and James are doing amazing work. Thank you for being down here. Thank you. Thank you for joining us again. It's an incredible time here at Goolrick's. We're really starting to get some momentum of putting this building back together. We've got a lot of work left to do, so we look forward to seeing you back here again real soon.
Thanks so much for tuning in. Please follow us on all our socials to stay up to date with the latest happenings.